This book, titled Where Waters Meet, is a 5-year chronicle of my fascination with the emerald coastline of Northwest Florida, and more specifically, the coastal dune lakes that are located on 30A. Basically, the narrative of the book follows the life cycle of water as it flows from the dune lakes out into the Gulf and back into the dune lakes. The process of photographing Where Waters Meet, this project, it was a life in itself. It was really challenging, but I started making images from the ground. I was photographing images of the dune lakes from the sand, and it just wasn't quite cutting it. And so then I had an epiphany. I realized that I had to change my perspective. And so in photography, there are 3 main elements that you're working with. You're working with perspective, composition, and light. And so I had this epiphany that I could actually change my perspective by getting in the air via helicopter and drone. And so most of the time, our perspective is confined by gravity, but the drone and the helicopter removed that confine and enabled me to create any perspective imaginable. And so this created basically an unshakable sense of inspiration for the project, where I was just overwhelmed with all these different angles that I could create from the air via helicopter and drone. I would wake up at dawn most mornings to either launch the drone or get in a helicopter, and to really kind of describe what I had to go through. I mean, this is 4 years of nearly every day, if not every other day, photographing these lakes at dawn or at dusk. And so basically, to make these images possible, I had to wait for all these elements to combine. Firstly, the light, the most important element of all. The state of the lakes, were they flowing out? Were they flowing in? Were they closed? Had to wait for the tide. Was it incoming? Was it outgoing? What was the water clarity like? Was it brown? Was it clear? Was it emerald? What was the wind doing? Is it from the north, the south, the east, and the west? And lastly, what were the waves doing? What was the swell doing? The swell direction. And so all these variables basically had to align to make certain images possible for the book. And some of these images, I even waited for literally 2 years to make the image happen because the variables and the elements just didn't align. I'm really excited to share this project with you. You can pre-order the book now by visiting JonahAllen.com.